everything can be healed. It's a love energy, it's an energy, it can work miracles. You know one thing, plants and animals get healed quickly because they don't have intellect. If you see my biography pictures, you will see one cat sitting on my lap. That cat was healed. If you see that person is not having resistance, you can go and tell nothing wrong. Better you tell nothing wrong, perfectly. Don't think that you are spreading yourself. You will never have that problem. Carry on. One more thing, there are many people, they heal only their family people, not everybody. Don't do that. Serve everybody. If you heal others only, then you will be able to heal your family people. You see, understand few things that nothing you will carry. Simply you will die without even a cloth. You cannot carry even your clothes. Understand that one thing. When you die, nothing can be taken with you. So why to have, after all few days, it is nothing but few days you are living here. Why to carry unnecessarily so much of grumbling and grudge against people? And here we are going to die, and she is also going to die, they are also going to die. Nobody is going to live. As long as you live in a joyful, ecstatic way. If they want to rule, let them have their rules and let them have a regulation. You just safeguard your life without being disturbed by them. Just don't bother. Don't carry any wound in you. By carrying the wound in you, you will be continuously disturbing you. I always tell you, if you carry grumbling and grudge in your being continuously, that is the wound. That only becomes cancer. Cancer means don't think only the cancer is cancer. The grumbling and grudge which you carry against others, that is the root of the cancer. Never carry anything. After all, we are going to live here. That's a small story, nice story. Vyasa. Vyasa is the man who has got longest life in the whole world. Vyasa is the being who will have, according to Puranas, Brahma is the first man, next is Vyasa. So, when Vyasa dies, the world ends. That's the rule. And Vyasa is the man who has got the longest life. Brahma is a deva. He is not a man. Vyasa is the man. Somebody asked, Vyasa never made any ashram. He never made any ashram. He never built any house. He was just roaming around. Somebody asked Vyasa, what is this? Why don't you make a place for settling down? Why don't you have your own ashram? Oh, I am going to live only few years in the world. What am I going to do by building the ashram? What am I going to do by having a house? The man who is going to live the longest life on this earth, he says, it's few years. What is the need for the ashram? What is the need for the hut? So it's all just a small joke. The whole life is nothing but a small story. Just a small story. Actually nothing more than that. So understand the life, and whatever you may take things seriously, it's all nothing but a castle. Sand castles. Sand castles. Just like a children, from morning till night they build the sand castle, and finally when they leave the beach they kick and come away. Just like that only we are also going to do. At least children don't have a problem when they build the sand castle, they enjoy, but we have a lot of problems. So it is just sand castles. Understand? Don't carry much grudge and grumbling.
So do you think life has a purpose?
Life has a purpose. To express the divine joy from within. See, even without this body, you will be able to be joyful. Even without outer pleasures, you must be able to be joyful. That is the purpose. When you achieve that joy, then you don't have to take the one more body. You take this body because to have the pleasures through this body. If you can joyful, ecstatic, without even this body, that's what meditation, that's what all I mean by bliss. Then you don't have to take one more body. Then you are in the bliss, ecstasy, joy. One thing, listen my discourses continuously, different discourses. Continuously, at least half an hour per day, make that as a routine. Some discourse, then you will see, first thing, you will feel that I am with you. See, the meditation is the time which you give for yourself. The listening the discourses is the time which you give for me. People ask me, Swamiji, we don't get time at all with you, we don't get time at all with you. But really it is very hard, being around me for so many days and missing is really hard. The day before yesterday I was making dosa for everybody. I suddenly entered the kitchen.
Now you need to feed us and cook for us.
Suddenly I entered the kitchen. For all of them I made dosa. Of course, it's really difficult that being around me for so many days and missing me. But by listening discourse, you will not feel that you are missing. At that time, you will see that I will be available to you. So that is the time you give it to me. I will be available to you. When I was leaving India, all the inmates started weeping and wailing. Weeping and wailing, and especially see, at least for you all have some other family relationship, work and other things. But for the inmates, nothing else is there. I am everything. So when I left India, but if they have to survive, it has to go from here. They know that. They know only when if Swami goes and comes back, we will be able to run the ashram for next 6 months or next 1 year, till I make the other trip. So they have to miss me no other way. So many have started weeping and wailing. My mother has come to see me off. She was there on that day. She told one of the inmates. She called her. Actually, the Raji who wrote this book, she only was weeping. She told her, "Arey, don't bother. When Swami left the house, I was feeling the same thing. He told me, don't worry, you will not miss me, you will have my presence. But now I become so mature, I feel that he is with us. So he will make you also mature, don't worry." She is consoling me. The same way he made me mature, he will make you also mature. Of course, because of that only she has been selected.
Can you bring her next time, Swami? We can thank her.
I generally, they came and attended ASP. Both of them came and attended ASP. Just like everybody, they paid and they came and they attended ASP. Only at the time of Energy Darshan, people came to know that mother and father. Nobody knows because they never go around and then somebody asked, you are the introduction time. She told my name and I am a devotee from Tiruvannamalai. Swami is devotee from Tiruvannamalai. Actually, at the time only we released the book. So from seeing the book, they recognized. Facebooks. I hereby swear that I will serve regularly and voluntarily at the healing center or start a center at home. This is not an imposition of social service upon you. Understood rightly, healing is simply a process of connecting the intelligence of the patient to the cosmic intelligence, helping them to drop all social conditioning and express their true nature, which is bliss. To be an instrument in this, you need to first drop your own conditioning, your ideas about yourself. That can only happen when you make an honest commitment to fall in tune with your own spiritual dimension. By working out my teachings in your life, do an honest check. Are you really totally willing to transform your own life, to become more loving, more gentle, more compassionate? Remember, I don't want you to just spread my word, I want you to practice it. Unless you can bring about this transformation in your life, in your own life, how will you reach out to others? People tell me, Swamiji, I can heal others, but don't tell me to meditate or tell me to have a meditation center and all. I tell you, unless you are transformed, how will you help others? So, I don't want only to spread my word, I want you to practice it. I want your life to be transformed by it. There are many people, they just go on speaking and spreading about me. In their life, they don't practice. That should not be the thing. I don't want that thing to happen to you. That's why the healing center.
So means not a center.
You see, it means, center means just some corner of your house. The outside, maybe the first room or the veranda or the hall. Have a photograph, they will give you that photo. Have a small chair on which you can sit and have one more chair on which the healer, the person who gets healed, can sit. And have the ashram books and the cassettes so that the person who comes for healing can listen. Can listen. When your friends come, they can listen, they can read. Let you have a small display. All these things. This is what is healing center. Healing center does not mean anything else. That's all. You see, only thing, your house activity should not be disturbed by that place. At least it's some 5 feet to 5 feet. I am very simple person. I can be in 5 feet and 5 feet, no problem. Have that place you allot it only for meditation. Don't do anything else there. And one more thing, whenever you are confused, you are disturbed, go and sit there, you will have the clarity. You will have the clarity. All my healing centers are my homes. Understand? All my healing centers are my homes. That's the one thing. Whenever you feel you want my presence or anything, just go and sit there. You will see. My presence will be there. Take care and it will be healed. At least once in a week, call a group of people and in your own house, let the group meditate, listen to discourse. At least once in a week, conduct the satsang. Satsang means three things. Half an hour discourse, half an hour meditation, half an hour kirtan. Let the kirtan go on. And the kirtan time you can heal. That last half an hour, kirtan, let the kirtan go on, you can heal the people. So at least once in a week, have a small group of satsang. Try to spread, that is the main aim. Try to move around, try to spread. Yes. In the puja. See, these are all not a compulsory thing. These are all guidances. When you put your heart, when you really feel committed, you do it, that's all. I hereby swear that I will follow all the rules existing at present and updated or amended in future by Swamiji and Jnanapeetham. Apart from taking care not to violate the rules, you also pledge to your continuous involvement and commitment to further evolution of Jnanapeetham. People actually sometimes start thinking that they have become gurus. That donkey story, do you remember that?
Yeah.
That is the reason we made this rule. And only for 6 months they remember it is Swamiji's energy. Then they start thinking, oh, I became guru.
That should not come, Swamiji. What-
That should not come.
What should
If it comes automatically, healing power will be lost. Then people will understand. Don't have the pride. See, because when you touch, when you see people are healed, always people feel, see, by me touching, the cancer disappears. It means almost you became a god for that person. That is why sometimes you start feeling, don't feel that, have the intelligence, that's how. Continuously remember, it is Master's energy, Master is doing through you, then you will understand. Have the simplicity.
We're just self-formed.
Ananda healing is a very simple process. Place your palm or the healing stick on the affected chakra of your patient. You will instantly feel the energy flowing through your system into the patients. After a while, say 3 to 5 minutes, the flow stops automatically. You will feel your hand dropping on its own or being repelled from the patient's body. This means you can stop healing. Don't be worried, this is not your energy that is being transmitted to the patient. You are now a channel for divine energy which is boundless, inflowing through you. The energy also replenishes you. That's why healing someone else regenerates you as well. That's the main thing. With other healing systems, you will be trained. Here, you will feel regenerated. If you ask the healers, they will tell you. You will become totally fresh. You will become totally alive because energy flows through you. People ask me, Swami, how can you heal through others? You can heal directly, that we understand. How can you heal through us? Understand very clearly, I am not this body. I am using this body. As I use this body, I can use your body also to heal others. People ask me, Swamiji, how do you feel? My intimate group, like this group and all, they ask, Swamiji, how do you feel when people put your photograph and do aarti, and when people chant your own name, Nityananda, Nityananda, and most of the songs are written directly by me. And how do you feel? Ramana Maharshi himself has written on a beautiful song, Ramana Sadguru, Ramana Sadguru, Ramana Sadguru, Rayani. It's on his own life, he has written. And his own glory, he has written. Somebody asked him, what is this? You sing about yourself, how can this be? Then Bhagavan says, please be very clear, don't think Ramana means this 6 feet. It is the energy. Energy is using this name and this form. This form. That is why I never feel when somebody says Ramana, when somebody worships my form, I don't feel egoistic. I don't feel they are worshipping me. They just, my form is only channel to the divine. So I tell you, I am not this body I am using this body. Just as I am using this now, I am handling this now, I am handling this body. So when I can handle this body, I can really handle all your bodies and heal through you all. So understand? That is the same case with me. And somebody says, actually I don't feel connected to the name Nityananda. I don't feel connected to any name. Any of you have seen my signature?
Yes.
It is not Nityananda. Understand very clearly. It is not Nityananda. It is nothing. Nobody can understand. Nobody can read. It is the mantra which I was using before enlightenment. That is the signature. People ask me, Swamiji, why don't you write your name for using the mantra? Because I don't connect myself. I don't feel connected to that name. I don't feel connected to this body. I don't feel connected to the name. What I remember at the most, only one mantra which I was using before the enlightenment. Nothing else I feel connected to it. So that's why I wrote that mantra, that's all. I write that mantra, that's all. Some do's and don'ts. The basic rules you will need to follow are vegetarianism and abstinence from smoking and alcohol. Practice a Mahamantra meditation every day. Once a week, try to hold a group meditation for healers and others. If you can dedicate your time and energy, start a healing center or meditation center in your area. See, at least have a 2-3 center once in a week. You will gather once in 15 days in Acha's house. In some other place also have. Once in a week at least you all gather. May not be, all the healers may not be able to participate. But have your own group. At least, it is not that only healers should gather, even the public can gather for the satsangs. Every week, at least in 4 or 5 places in San Jose, satsang should go on. You understand? Every week, at least 4 or 5 places, satsang should be carried on. When it happens in Nacha, all the healers appear once in 15 days. Once in 15 days, you come to Nacha's house. Once in a week, you do it in your house. So, it's only once in a week. Once in a week it becomes. So, when you go to Nacha's house, that week you don't have to do. Otherwise, you do it in your house. So that at least once a week, you conduct a satsang or you attend the satsang. Let that become a routine. I cannot advise. Once a week, try to hold a group meditation for healers and others. If you can dedicate your time and energy, start a healing center or a meditation center in your area. Having a healing and meditation center in your home purifies the energy of your home and helps you to enter into meditation easily. No fee is to be collected for healing and meditation at the center. Whoever feels compelled to contribute is free to do so. Patients are encouraged to contribute, however, because people usually treat any process with more respect if they are paid for it. If you say it is free, people don't respect it. That's the problem. So when they are healed, always encourage them to contribute to the ashram. Above all, it is significant and true that dharma takes a load of patient's karma, which has manifested as disease. The noble act of giving. You see, you are asking something. Dharma actually reduces the karma. I always tell the people, I come with a stomach problem. I tell them, give annadana for 10 people. Immediately they get healed. They come and ask me, Swamiji, how? 10 people I gave food, my stomach problem disappeared. Karma is somebody's food, you must have cheated. No, that is the truth. When we earn how much of karma we do, when we earn lot of karmas we do. So those karmas only come as disease. When you do some dharma, naturally all those things get healed. So not only that, remember, don't force anybody, don't ask anybody any money or anything. But remember, it is their good. When they do some dharma, it gives them a very big result or gives them does a lot good for them. And above all, this is the way ashram is running. To set up a center, you should understand in this context, my whole monthly expense is 40 rupees, less than $1. I use this 4-meter cloth and
Shaving set.
2 square meal and one shaving set, nothing else. And the food and cloth also somebody has taken care now. One mill owner, he sends regularly the cloth. Food, whatever ashram people eat, I don't have any special food or anything. If you come and see all those things, it will be In vacation, at least come and spend 2-3 days, then you will understand. Nothing special. Whatever the whole group eats, I sit in the common hall kitchen and eat. I sit with everybody and eat the same food. Whatever the person who comes as a guest, what he eats, the same food. The person who comes to stay, comes to visit, for everybody same food only. Same food, same kitchen, same thing. Nothing is something. And even in the ashram, I always tell the people, brought cart for me. I told no. When everybody else gets the cart, let me also have a cart. Till that time, let it not be. And then they told me, no, Swamiji, your health is to be maintained, then only we can have a cart. Anyway, I always tell the people. That's why in the ashram, nobody feels somebody is owner or somebody is subordinate. Everybody, for everybody, it's like everybody's property. I have 4 doctors as an inmate, 5 engineers. For everybody, everything is same. Everything is one and the same. I tell the people, you see, I sit and bless, you do your work. If you can sit and bless, come and sit on the throne, I will do your work. I have no problem with it. We have no workers. We don't have workers, including cleaning bathroom, cleaning latrines, or cleaning the ashram, everything only inmates manage. We only manage. I always tell them, if you come and sit and heal, tell me, I will go and clean the bathroom. I have no problem.